Today, we're comparing the Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson Hybrid.
They both recently came out. Hyundai didn't have hybrids in their SUV range. Now they do. Let's have a look.
The Santa Fe is bigger than the Tucson. It's 6 inches longer, 1.4 inches wider, 2.6 inches taller, and 478 pounds heavier than the Tucson Hybrid.
But they both use the same 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine matched with a 6-speed automatic transmission and, of course, electrification. Total output is 226 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, and they are sold with all-wheel drive only.
They both offer a quiet cabin, the Tucson even more so. They are both smooth, quick, agile. They take corners with ease and have an excellent turning radius. They both feel more like a pure EV than a hybrid. It's impressive. Although we do think the gas engine goes on more with the Santa Fe because of the extra weight.
So as we mentioned already, the Tucson is lighter than the Santa Fe by 450 plus pounds.
Yeah.
You do notice that,
You do.
But it also works in the Santa Fe's favor. So yes, the gasoline engine might be coming on more often, but maybe it feels a little bit more plush and, relaxed feeling.
It's definitely a comfortable drive. I have to give it that. I enjoy it. It feels wider, feels taller. It just generally feels bigger.
I would suggest that in the Tucson, the engine and the handling is maybe a little bit more spirited.
Yeah.
In the Santa Fe, adequate.
The Tucson Hybrid is wider, longer, and taller than the previous model. It is half an inch taller and wider than the outgoing model. Its overall length is 5.9 inches longer, and the wheelbase is 3.5 inches longer than the previous model.
Our Tucson test model is in Amazon gray, and it has a distinct and sharp-looking exterior with angular body panels and a front grille with dark chrome accents, giving this SUV an aggressive and modern look. Some might not like all of these sharp angles, but in person it does actually come off. It comes standard with LED headlamps and tail lamps, panoramic sunroof, smart power liftgate, and a spare tire kit with 19-inch wheels. The ultimate trim that we're testing gets the LED premium projector headlamps and 19-inch wheels.
The Santa Fe we are testing comes in magnetic gray. It has a modern and elegant exterior with a larger front grille and chrome accents throughout. It has a bit of a Palisade vibe to it. The Santa Fe Hybrid comes standard with LED headlights, a temporary spare tire, and 18-inch wheels. 17-inch are standard in the U.S. If you want the panoramic sunroof and LED taillights, you have to add the Trend package to the base model trim in Canada for $2,100. For $2,400 more, we feel the top luxury trim offers better value. You get everything in the Trend package plus 19-inch alloy wheels and a smart power liftgate. In the U.S., the base model comes with folding side mirrors and the smart power liftgate. In Canada, the side folding mirrors are not available on the hybrid, only on the gas model.
Somebody made a great comment about the Santa Fe grille. Looks like the car has braces.
Yeah, I don't think so. I really love it.
I like the exterior of the Tucson better. I remember when I did a quick preview video when they unveiled it with all the sharp angles and everything, and I thought, well, is it trying too hard? But when you see it in person, it looks good, especially from the back. It's kind of got the Mustang Mach-E tail lamps.
Yeah, it looks really sharp from the back. They've got that hidden rear wiper, which really keeps it clean and modern looking. But I do love the Santa Fe with all of that chrome. I think it looks really sharp, and it does have a similar vibe to the Palisade.
Now, we're going to get into the price in a moment. You're going to see there's not much in it between the two of them. I really believe that the Santa Fe has been developed for a more mature buyer. You've got the chrome. We'll show you in a moment the inside, which really is quite different.
Yeah.
And I think Tucson is skewing a bit younger, a little bit more of a youthful vibe. I think that's what they're doing.
I also think some of the packaging in this is a bit strange. You get more in the US than you get in Canada. And also you get more on the gas model in Canada than you do on the hybrid. So I do hope that Hyundai tweaks that a bit.
There's some very important stuff still to come in this comparison. Pricing, fuel economy.
The interior.
So that's all still to come. Right now, I want to let you know, if you go to the links below, you will find full-length videos that Andrea and I did on both of these vehicles just recently. So you can watch those at your leisure. Also, follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to get comments in. She does the exact same comparison the day before this video drops, and now we're going to read out your comments.
I would go for the Tucson. More practical, more boot space, but I don't need much leg or headroom.
Tough one. So happy you did this comparison. I'm trying to decide still, but I like all the extra features in the Tucson.
I appreciate you doing this segment. I really like the Tucson, but the exterior styling is 50-50, love-hate for me. I'm loving the new Santa Fe, but I'd really lean towards the awesome new 2.5-liter turbo and dual clutch. However, the economy seems hard to beat. Great segment. Thanks again.
If you need to carry golf clubs, then take the Santa Fe.
The Tucson Hybrid offers a clean and modern interior with piano black trim and no buttons. It comes standard with an 8-inch touchscreen, a 10.25-inch digital information display, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a wireless charger, heated leather-wrapped steering wheel, heated and ventilated front leather seating surfaces. The top Ultimate trim, you get the 10.25-inch touchscreen, driver's seat memory, a Bose stereo system, and wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. At this time, wireless is not available on the larger screen.
Then we move to the Santa Fe Hybrid that has a very different interior from the Tucson. It's loaded with buttons and has a very organized and well-designed center console. It too comes standard with an 8-inch touchscreen, but only a 4.2-inch information display. And just like the Tucson with the small screen, you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a leather-wrapped heated steering wheel, and cloth seats. Unfortunately, the larger touchscreen is not available on this hybrid in Canada, even though it is available on the gasoline model and the Tucson Hybrid.
The top trim on the Santa Fe comes standard with ventilated front seats, driver's memory seats, leather console molding, heated rear seats, a wireless charger, a 12.3-inch digital information display, and a smart power liftgate. There are some other odd differences between the Santa Fe gas model and the hybrid. The gas model gets front park assist, one-touch power windows for the passenger, power folding side mirrors, a head-up display, and a 12-speaker Harman Kardon sound system. But these features are not offered on the hybrid. In the US, it's a different story. On the middle and top trims, you get the Harman Kardon sound system and the 10.25-inch touchscreen.
Andrea, I'm going to use a word that's not used very often.
Yes.
It's a hodgepodge.
It's a bit of a hot mess.
Yeah, of packaging decisions by Hyundai Canada compared to the United States. Like, why can't they just have, oh, this is the middle trim, this is the high trim in gas. You get the exact same thing, but it's hybrid. Why do you have to give up the big screen to get the hybrid? You can't get wireless. It's just a mess.
Yeah, and even with the spare tire, you get a spare tire on this hybrid, but not on the gas model. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I don't get it. And then the Tucson, you don't get the spare tire.
I don't know. It just seems strange that you've got this wonderful product with the Santa Fe and it's available with the gas model with this beautiful interior and the big screen, but you get the hybrid. No, not for you.
That's why I like the calligraphy trim the best on the gas model. I think that is a win, especially with that turbocharged engine. I think I would pick the gas model, even though the fuel economy isn't as good. That calligraphy trim gives me everything I need.
Okay, so we talked earlier about the skewing older for the Santa Fe and skewing younger for the Tucson. I'm going to stick with that. I think Santa Fe with the traditional button layout and a volume knob is going to appeal to Gen X and baby boomers. Younger millennials will probably like the clean Tucson interior. Kind of looks a little bit sort of Tesla inspired with one big screen and no volume knob. I love me a volume knob, so if you had that in the Tucson, it would be perfect.
But you know what? I know a lot of Tesla owners that are older and they like that modern, clean look. I don't disagree with you, Zach, that it's skewing older, but I also think that older people will like the Tucson Hybrid and its screen.
It's not cut and dry, Andrea. I'm just saying the trends. That's the trend.
I agree.
The Santa Fe offers more space for front and second row passengers, 2.7 inches more front legroom in the front and a ½ inch more in the second row. However, the Tucson offers more space in other areas. You get more headroom for front and second row passengers, plus you get 63 liters more cargo space. When the second row seats are down, 78 liters more than the Santa Fe Hybrid. The research department did a whole lot of digging on this, and it was very confusing because you would think the Santa Fe being bigger has more cargo space.
Yeah.
But no.
That's not the case. And a lot of people were saying, how is that possible? And I have to agree with you. When we picked up that Santa Fe, I couldn't believe how big that cargo space really is. So if you need the extra leg room, then the Santa Fe is better for you, or you need a wider vehicle, once again, the Santa Fe. But if it's cargo space that's most important to you, then get the Tucson Hybrid. We have a follower, subscriber, who has a pizza store or restaurant in Australia, and it's most important to him just to have the cargo space, and he was trying to decide between the Santa Fe and the Tucson, and it's the Tucson that's the winner because of it.
I love pizza.
In Canada, the Tucson Hybrid has two trims, the luxury trim for just under $39,000 and the ultimate trim for $41,500. In the US, there are three trims, and the blue trim base model trim starts at just over $29,000.
It's the same for the Santa Fe. Two trims in Canada, one cheaper base model in the US. First up is the Preferred at just over $39,000. And then there's the luxury trim in Canada that's just under $44,000. The blue trim in the United States is just over $33,500. The Tucson does get better fuel economy because it's lighter, using the same drivetrain. 6.3 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 6.6 on the highway. That's 37 miles per gallon city and 36 miles per gallon highway.
The Santa Fe Hybrid gets 7.1 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 7.9 on the highway. That's 33 miles per gallon city, 30 miles per gallon highway.
And both of these vehicles get a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer warranty.
So it makes total sense that the Tucson Hybrid gets better fuel economy because this Santa Fe is actually based on a 7-seater platform like the Sorento.
Yeah, and the Sorento is available with a front-wheel drive hybrid system in the U.S., but not in Canada. Same thing, some odd packaging choices there. So we talked about it when we did the review of the Santa Fe. Once again, the longer videos are in the description below if you want to watch them. Andrew and I both kind of chose the Tucson just on, for me, it was just on the exterior looks.
For me, it's about the drive. The Tucson is quick and it's agile, and it just has a really quiet cabin. I feel like I'm driving a pure electric vehicle. When it comes to the Santa Fe, as Zach said, it just doesn't feel as spirited. So for me, I'm going with the calligraphy gas model with the 2.5 liter turbocharged engine.
I would love to be able to get the exterior look of the Tucson with all of those buttons and the interior of the Santa Fe, but with the bigger screen. Like that calligraphy trim you mentioned with all the buttons and the bigger screen. Just give us that. Like, why do you have to make it so agonizing for people to decide?
And the thing about that 10.25 inch screen is it's so easy to use. When we got into the Santa Fe Hybrid and that 8-inch screen was there, I said to Zach, no. Why?
Yeah, well, here's the good news. Hyundai is coming hard and strong with hybrid options in 2 mainline vehicles. They're going to be adding plug-in hybrids of these soon. When we get those,
can't wait.
We'll test them out and let you know. But there's a lot of excitement around these two products. So we've had a lot of feedback from the gas models and the hybrid models, so it shows you that Hyundai is on the trajectory up.
I am so impressed with Hyundai products right now, what they are coming out with, the fit and finish, the tech that's available, and this hybrid engine is terrific. You have to give it a try. You will be just as impressed as us. When it comes to a comparison with Toyota's hybrid system, frankly, I like this better.
Yeah. I do encourage you to follow Andrea on Instagram because she does drop these same comparisons the day before the videos. It's Motormouth_Andrea. And please subscribe. We do these every single week. So when we see them, Andrea?
We'll see you again next week. And don't forget to hit the bell.